Good morning, friends. I can see two people here, Sam and Vishwarajan. I think this is the first class for you, right? Sam and Vishwarajan.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, let me just, take a small demo for you because, I already completed one session. It was also a demo session. So we'll just try to see what is cloud computing today in a simple and easy way. Okay. Do you have any knowledge of computer networks or anything related to cloud computing, or you're completely fresher to this field? Sam and Vishwarajan.
Basic knowledge of cloud I'm aware of.
Okay.
So may not be that basic level, but never been to the AWS environment. So.
Okay, fine. Great. What about you, Vishwarajan? Your audio is not clear. Can you please repeat what you said?
Sir, I have already attended the yesterday.
Okay, you already came yesterday, right?
Yes,
Okay, fine. Okay, no issues. Okay, so I have just, muted you. In case if you need to talk to me again, you can unmute and you can talk to me directly, okay? And the chat box is also open here, so at any given time, you can, send a message in the chat box, or like I said, if you want to talk to me, if you want to speak to me directly, unmute yourself and you can have the discussion with me. Okay, so what is cloud computing? Let us go and take a definition first. See, this is the definition I have taken from the Amazon official documents. Okay, so what Amazon says here, Amazon says cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Okay, there are certain things that we need to concentrate here, and there are certain things that we need to understand here. It says IT resources. Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet. So what exactly is this IT resources here? When you talk about IT resources, you're talking about server hardware, you're talking about server operating system, you're talking about storage, okay, you're talking about some security things, you're talking about router. These are some of the IT resources that we need to understand. Okay, so what are these IT resources? IT resources are server hardware, OS, storage, firewall, and router, and all those things. Now the big question here is why we have to take this IT resources. What exactly this IT resources will do for us? This IT resources will form a data center. This IT resources will make a data center, a computer network, or a computer data center. See, let me just take you to one data center first. This one. So when you see this, these are your IT resources. All these are the resources we have, IT resources we have in a data center. First of all, this is actually a rack. Okay, in this rack, all the resources are connected. Maybe this is a server. Okay, this can be firewall, this can be router, this can be storage. Okay, and this can be some other device. So all these IT resources are connected inside a rack and they make a data center. Now the other question here is why we have to take all these resources, why we have to take all these IT resources actually, and why we have to connect them. Okay, the reason for taking all these IT resources is to run our applications, to run our services. What exactly applications or services means? Take the example of your mobile phone. See, whenever you connect to your mobile phone, yeah, Sam, anything? I can see you're raising your hand.
Can you hear me, Shakeel?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Okay, no, yeah. So I would just like, I mean, since today is my first session, I was particularly not sure about. I mean, you haven't introduced yourself, maybe because we have already done yesterday, and
Mhm.
also with reference to if all this basic component, I think I am aware of. So if you have already covered yesterday, I think we can skip and come to the second session if you like to, unless other audience is there which would like to be
The other
aware
audience
of it.
will know. Yeah, I understood your scenario. The other audience may be joining tomorrow actually, but as of now, okay. If you are aware of all these things, let me just take another 2-3 minutes or maximum 5 minutes to cover these things so that we can be in more organized way. We can just
Correct.
try to move from this basic into the other parts.
Okay, appreciate. Thanks.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So these are the IT resources, what I was discussing here, right? So what exactly we do with these IT resources? Like I said, by using these IT resources, we are running our applications. We can run our services. So over the internet, whenever you connect to anything, right now we are connected to this GoToMeeting app. Okay, by using this GoToMeeting, what exactly we are doing here? We are conducting a session here. So GoToMeeting is a application. Where exactly it is running? GoToMeeting is an application that is running on. See, this is your GoToMeeting application, which is running on a server operating system, and this server operating system is running on a server hardware. This is the actual thing that we need to understand here. So whenever we connect to any web server or any application, like suppose for example, once you finish your session, you go outside to bring some vegetables, or you go outside to bring some milk or whatever. What you do once you purchase all these things, you pay money to that particular shop, right? How you pay money? By using phone pay or Google Pay. So where exactly is that phone pay and Google Pay app working? Actually, where exactly it is running? It is running somewhere on a server operating system, and it is running on server hardware. Okay, so any application or any web server or anything that you connect over the internet, maybe suppose you connected to YouTube, that is again something like a service or application. Okay, and it is running on server operating system and server hardware. Okay, just give me 30 seconds, friends. I'll be back in 30 seconds, please. Just 30 seconds. Yeah, thank you, friends. So what we were discussing, I said any application to which we connect, or any web server to which we connect over the internet or within the company, that particular application or services are running on server operating system. Okay, and this server operating system can be Windows Server or Linux Server. Okay, and this Windows Server operating system or Linux operating system is running on a machine. It is running on a hardware. Which hardware? It is running on our server hardware. So this story actually begins from the server hardware. To understand cloud computing, first of all, we need to see a bit more about server hardware here. So server hardware is like, a machine which is similar to a desktop machine or a laptop. At least, components wise, they have the similar components. Like we have CPU, RAM, hard disk in our desktop. Same sort of components will be there in server hardware also. But the difference here is server hardware is much more faster. Server hardware has more capacity compared to a normal desktop or a laptop machine. So this makes server hardware more costlier compared to a normal laptop or a desktop machine. Normally how much money we need to pay to take a good configuration laptop? Let's say we are spending around $1,000, right? Approximately 80,000 rupees we need to spend to bring a very good configuration laptop. Okay, and once you take a good configuration laptop, how many people will use this laptop, or how many people will connect to this laptop at once at the same time? Only one, right? Only you are the person who is connected to this particular laptop. So this is about your laptop or a desktop. But coming to server here, my friend, like I said, your server has a similar components, but a server may cost you, let's say, $8,000. Now that is some money, right? That is nearly 6,50,000 Indian rupees. This is one server here, and how much money we need to spend, or how much money we have spent on this machine? $8,000. It can be $3,000 also, or it can be $15,000 also. It depends on the configuration that we take in this server. Always the machine price is based on the configuration that we have, right? You may get a smartphone in 10,000 rupees also. You need to spend maybe like more than 1 lakh rupees for that, for some other smartphone. So what is the difference there? Hardware wise, there will be differences. Features wise, there will be differences, isn't it? So 10,000 mobile phone is also a smartphone. There is also a smartphone where you're spending 80,000 or 1 lakh rupees. But for that 80,000 or 1 lakh rupees smartphone, or in that 80,000 or 1 lakh rupees smartphone, we have more features and we have better hardware there. So see, for this server machine, how much money you spend here? $8,000, approximately 7 lakh rupees you spend. Because in this machine, we have more CPU, more RAM, more storage. Okay, and okay, why we need more CPU, more RAM, and more storage? The reason here is, to this particular machine at once, maybe some hundreds and thousands of people are connected here, my friend. How many? Some thousands or even some lakhs of people are connected to this particular server. So this server, where a server operating system is running and where the application is running, actually lakhs of people can be connected at once. See, I'm sitting in Hyderabad actually. Okay, in India, I'm sitting in Hyderabad. So the time is 7:35 a.m. How many people do you think are connected to google.com as of now? Or how many people are connected to YouTube, or let's say PhonePe or Google Pay as of now? Lakhs of people will be connected for sure. Only from a city like Hyderabad, lakhs of people are connected to these particular servers. Or let us say how many people are connected to sba.com, the website of this particular bank. So we have like lakhs of people connected to these servers, right? These applications. So if the server where the applications are running, I repeat, if the server where these applications are running, if the server has less hardware capabilities, then the server cannot provide better services. Server cannot maintain connections with all the lakhs of people. So obviously hardware should be more. Now, if hardware is more, then money is more. Company needs to spend more money to bring better configuration server, high configuration server. So this is the way it works, my friend. Okay, so server hardware is the main thing. Okay, where we need to take good configuration server, high speed configuration server, and a server where we can connect more storage. Okay, on top of that, we need to install server operating system, and at the end of the day we are running application there. So whole story is around this server hardware. You know, every movie has some main characters. Around this main character this story will be built, right? Here also in cloud computing, the main character actually is the server hardware. Got it? Without taking a proper server hardware, we cannot expect a good performance from our application. Okay, now the server hardware we can take in two ways, or I can say servers we can take in two ways. Let us see. One server that we can take here is actually known as physical server, and the other server is virtual server. The common terminologies we use here is physical server and virtual server. Okay, physical server is a terminology we use everywhere, but in some cases instead of virtual server we can say logical server, or we can say, you know, EC2. So like this we can make some changes here. Okay, anyhow, whatever server, just try to understand one is a physical server and one is a virtual server. Physical server means this one. This is a physical server. Physical server means a physical machine which looks similar to your desktop machine or laptop machine. Not exactly laptop in a way, but it is similar to your desktop machine, right? This is the physical server, and see, this is from which company? This is from Dell company. So we have Dell, IBM, HP, Toshiba, Lenovo, the companies that manufacture your routers, sorry, the companies that manufacture your desktops and uh, laptops, the same companies will manufacture these particular servers. So Dell is a very famous company, right? Maybe you're using a Dell laptop, or maybe some of your relatives or friends are using a Dell laptop. So the same company people will manufacture your servers. Okay, and if you want to see the difference, this server will look exactly like this. This is one server. This is actually from IBM company. Last server was from HP company, and you can see here clearly this is from your IBM company. Okay friends, so we have to bring these servers and we have to run our applications. Okay, so like I said, every story has a main character, so server is our main character. Now see the differences here, my friend. This is a motherboard. These are two motherboards that I have taken here. One motherboard, this motherboard is of desktop machine, a normal desktop machine. See how many processors you can see here? One. Have you ever seen any desktop or laptop where there are two physical processors? Answer will be no, right? Maybe the laptop that you are using, it may have i3 processor, i5 processor, or i7 processor. It doesn't matter. It can be any of this processor. But how many physical processors will be there? Only one physical processor will be there. And that is more than enough for us to run our client operating system like Windows 10 or Windows 11. Okay. But coming to server machine here, my friend, in server machine, okay, we will have at least one processor for sure. Without processor we cannot imagine a machine, right? So we have at least one processor, but we may have two processors, three processors, four processors. Processor is the brain of the machine, right? If the processor is good, then machine performance is good. So if you have multiple processors available, we are increasing the speed in that particular machine, right? Okay, we are simply increasing the speed in that particular machine. But you know, my friend, if you want to take multiple processors in a single machine, obviously we need to spend loads and loads of money. So everything is again coming to this particular point only, right? We are taking a server machine with good configuration, and we are spending more money for that machine. See, to get good performance, companies are more than happy to spend more money. Like, you know, if you're traveling from Hyderabad, or let's say Delhi to, let's say, Bangalore in a train, you know, some trains are super fast trains, some trains are like local trains, right? So if you want to travel from Delhi to Bangalore, which is some, you know, it is quite a distance, right? So what we do, we prefer to take super fast train, but in this super fast train we need to spend some extra money. the charges in a super fast train will be bit more compared to charges which are there in a normal local train, because super fast train can save your time. So here also same logic, my friend. A server which is very fast, a server which has good configuration will cost you more money compared to a server which is like, a low configuration server or less configuration server. Okay, so at the end of the day, we have to take a good configuration server so that we can run our application very well. So from where we can take a server, like I said, we can take a server from any XYZ company like HP, IBM, Dell, all these things. We can take server from these people, or we can take a virtual server. So what exactly is this virtual server, and from where we can take this virtual server? Now listen, this is a very big thing I'm discussing as of now. So like I said, the chat box will be always open. So in case if you have any doubt, please ping me in the chat box, and you can unmute yourself and you can talk to me directly. Okay, now coming to the big point here now. If you bring servers, routers, switches, firewalls, storage, all these devices in your company, and if you connect all these devices with each other in a rack, this complete, setup is known as data center. So data center is a place where all these devices are connected with each other. Data center is a place where each and every device is connected with each other, and each and every device is playing their role. Every device has a responsibility. But our main target here is a server, right? So what is the responsibility of server? To run our services. Okay, fine. Now let us try to see some other concepts here now. We took server. Okay, we are running application on that particular server. Which server we took? Physical server we took. Okay. Let us first concentrate on physical server. So we just took a physical server and we are running our application on that physical server. Now, to run any application, one server is not sufficient. We need to have multiple servers. One server is working as a main server, other server is working as a backup server. Okay, or maybe there are 10 backup servers, or maybe there are 50 backup servers. Do you know how many servers are there in Google? Do you think it is only one? Of course no, right? Lakhs of people are connected to Google server, or millions of people are connected to Google server every day. So they simply cannot run Google server from one physical machine. So they have like, multiple servers available there. They're working as backup servers. I may be connected to one Google server. You may be connected to some other Google server. Okay, so we need many servers here. We need multiple servers. So if I say, let's say you need 100 servers now, you just do the multiplication now. One server is costing you $5,000, $7,000, $8,000, or it can be more. If you want to take 100 servers, 100 multiplied by 5,000, 100 multiplied by 8,000. Just try to understand how much money we are spending here, how much money a company will spend to bring these servers. After bringing the server, what the company will do? We are installing application or services, right? That is the whole purpose of server. Installation of application or installation of services. Okay, let's say company has spent money. They brought 100 servers and they install applications and services there. Fine. Now, is there any guarantee that the applications that we are running, this application will be successful? Let's say your company is running some gaming application there. They design a game and they are running that particular game. Let us say car racing game. So if you go to Google, or if you go to like your Play Store, and if you say car racing, you may see some thousands of car racing games there, my friend. There is not one person, there is not one company who is, who has developed this car racing game. There are some thousands of companies who have the car racing game. But normally 2-3 games or 5 games will become very, very famous. That is not even 1% actually. And the other games are not so famous. So the games that are famous, okay, they are running their business, they are getting profits and everything. But the games which are not famous, the games which are not successful, what about the infrastructure they have in their companies? Before they start running a game, before they start, hosting a game, they need to bring server hardware, server operating system, storage, firewall. They need to bring all these things. So now they, brought 100 servers, okay, and they started running their gaming application there. But the gaming application has not become successful. It is something like, movie. We Indian people are majorly related with movies, right? How many movies will release every Friday in Hindi and all the regional languages? And how many movies will become super hit, or how many movies can get back their money? So very few movies, like maybe 2%, 3% movies will become hit. Remaining percent movies, 98, 99% or 95% movies, they will become flop. Flop in the sense, they spend around, let's say, 50 crore rupees to make a movie. But how much collection they got? Let us say they got only 20 crore connection. So what about 30 crore connection or 30 crore rupees? It is completely gone. They are facing a loss of 30 crore. Okay, let us say they made, some other person made 50 crore movie here, and this movie has earned, let's say, 180 crores. We can say clearly they got some profit. But we will see very few movies which are earning that much. But does it stopping people from making movies? No, right? Although 2% movies will become hit or super hit, but still, every Friday we will see many movies are releasing in India in all the regional languages. In the same way, every application that is here over the internet is not successful, my friend. But is it stopping people from, making new applications and new gaming applications or whatever? No. Okay, so they will try. What is wrong in trying a new thing, right? So they will just try, and they'll just try to, like, promote their application, and they just want to, like, get some profits out of that particular application. But when they try to make a application, or when they try to host application, they need to bring this infrastructure. This infrastructure will cost them loads and loads of money. The problem is actually in the infrastructure. Why it is problem? Because they need to spend a lot of money. Making a local data center is not an easy thing, my friend. We need to spend lots of money here, and there is no guarantee that the application will be successful and the money will come back, or you'll get profits and all those things. Okay, so let us say for this 100 servers you spend nearly 3 crore Indian rupees. Because making a server is not sufficient, or bringing a server is not sufficient. We need to bring storage, we need to bring many other devices. IT infrastructure means servers, operating system, storage, firewall, everything. So all these things will come under IT infrastructure. So 3 crore rupees. Imagine you are a developer, you just develop a game, okay, and to host that particular game over the internet, you need to spend 3 crore or 5 crore rupees. That's not a easy money. That is some money, right? Actually, okay, so if you go with your physical infrastructure, you need to spend lots of money to run your application. But my friend, there is one more way we can take servers, and that way is actually your virtual server, or I can say a server we can take from a cloud provider. A server that we can take from a cloud provider. So what exactly is this virtual server, and how we can take this virtual server, and what are the benefits? Like I said, your physical server is a server that we have to take from a company. We have to buy, we have to purchase, we have to bring it, connect, configure, install, and then run your application. All these activities we have to do. It will take some days, or it may even take some weeks to start a server, to start operating a server. But coming to virtual server, in next couple of minutes, I can run a virtual server for you without taking any physical server or server I'm sitting in my home. Actually, I don't have any IT infrastructure. I just have a laptop and a desktop. I don't have any server machine. I don't have any server operating system or storage or anything. But you know what I have here? I have a account in cloud, AWS account, Amazon Web Services account. So what Amazon people will say here is, Amazon people will say, or any cloud provider for that matter, they will say, listen, you want to run your application. It can be any XYZ application. You want to run your application. So to run your application, what you should do, you should bring server hardware, server operating system, storage, firewall, router. For everything you need to pay money, right? Bring everything, connect them, make a data center and run the application. and you have no idea whether the application will be successful or not. So Amazon people will say, you have to run your application. So don't worry about all these things, my friend. Cloud provider is a company like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, Oracle, Cisco, Citrix, Salesforce, DigitalOcean. There are, many companies. If I say Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, this will be like more than enough for you to understand how big is cloud today. Amazon, Microsoft, Google. These three companies will not do a business which is not in demand, right? These are multinational companies, my friend. These are the biggest companies we have across the globe. So these three are cloud provider. With these three, there are many more. But let us just go with these three, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. These three companies will come to you and they will say, listen, you have to run your application. To run your application, you need these components, you need this particular infrastructure. Now, we will provide you with this infrastructure. We will provide you the server hardware. We will provide you the server operating system, storage, routers. We'll provide you everything. We have data centers. These people will say, we have data centers available in different location. You just go to any location geographically, any major location, they have the data centers here. See, one of the data center is like this. This is some data center, my friend, and this is not the complete data center. This is not your 360-degree photo. This is maybe like 5 to 10% of the data center. And what you see, those black boxes, those are racks actually. Remember I showed you rack in the previous example. There can be 20, 25 devices connected in rack. So in this data center, there can be easily some thousands of racks. How much? Thousands of racks. If there are thousands of racks, it can be easily lakhs of servers. So Amazon people will say, listen, you want to run your application, so no need to bring the infrastructure. We have the infrastructure where we have some lakhs and lakhs of servers available, some TBs and TBs of storage available. So we have everything to offer for you. You just come to us, connect to our data center, make an account, connect to our data center, and run your application. And no need to worry about server hardware, server operating system, the physical infrastructure, the electricity backup, okay, the power backup actually, and the cooling system, the storage, the firewalls, the router. No need to worry about any of this device, my friend. They will say, we will provide you everything. We have data centers located in multiple cities and multiple countries across the globe. So you can connect to any one of the nearby data center and you can run your application there. So what I feel now, what I do now, I'm more relaxed now, right? My company is more relaxed. My company is more happy now because there is no need for my company to spend like 5 crore rupees on day one. I just need to create an account. You know how to create an email account or a Facebook account? In the same way, you should create an account in Amazon, Microsoft, or Google. Just create an account, connect to their data centers, which are available, which are located in multiple geographical locations. Connect to the data centers and start running your application. They will provide you the server hardware. They will provide you the server operating system, the storage, whatever you need, they are providing everything. So we will take a server hardware in the form of a virtual hardware. So on top of this physical machine, we need to create a virtual machine. What is virtual machine? It will take at least one session for me to explain in great details. As of now, just imagine a virtual machine is something like your physical machine that has motherboard, RAM, hard disk, CPU, but it is not your physical machine. It is part of physical machine. It is a software machine. Okay. Anyhow, so we just connect to any of the data centers and we start our application there. We run our application there. But again, where application will run? It runs on operating system, server operating system, and server operating system is running on server hardware. So we will take hardware in the form of a virtual machine. So from now, companies will not go with this data center, my friend. Why do they need to spend this much money without any guarantee that the business will run? Okay, let me add one more simple point here. For example, let's say you took 100 servers here. Okay, your business is successful now, but 100 servers are not enough now. You need to increase the servers from 100 to, let us say, 165. 65 more servers should be added. You know, adding servers, or let us say your business is not successful, you need to remove some servers. So you need only, let's say, 45 servers now. You're adding 65 server in one example, you're removing 55 server in one example. So adding servers or removing server is again a very, you know, if I can use the terminology as painful here, I will not be wrong actually here. It is very difficult job. It is very painful job. You know, for example, you constructed a house. Okay, while constructing, you thought like, okay, 2 BHK will be enough. But you know, after some time you realize 2 BHK is not enough. I need to have 3 BHK or 4 BHK. So just imagine how difficult it will be to modify the existing house actually. It will not be so easy, right? Adding something, removing something in your data center is not at all easy, my friend. So if you want to add 65 server, again, we need to spend a lot of money here. We need to bring servers and we need to connect servers here, and we need to, like, you know, extend our network, extend our data center. And if you want to remove servers, how many servers? 55. What will you do with these 55 servers? You already spend a lot of money, but again, the requirement is not there, right? Then what? The 55 servers are completely wasted. So increasing and decreasing resources in our on-premise data center is not easy. But once you connect to cloud here, you need how many servers? Let's say you need 100 servers. You know, in next 2 minutes, I can take 100 servers from AWS within next 2 minutes. Okay, my business is like, you know, expanding now. My business is successful. I need to add 65 more servers. Again, in next couple of minutes, I can increase my servers from 100 to 165 without any issue, without any extra pressure, or without any extra money spending there. We can simply increase the number of servers from 100 to 165. Okay, again, for some reason, the business is not running. So we need to go back to like only 45 servers. Okay, so within next couple of minutes, I can remove extra 55 servers. Now I can run my application only on 45 servers. This is such a smooth process, my friend. Taking servers is not a big deal. Adding extra servers at some other point is not a big deal. And removing servers if they are not needed is again not a big deal. It is only some clicks away. Just use your mouse and just say click, click, click something. That's it. Your servers will be added, your servers will be removed. Let us go to my account. I have a AWS account here. I'll show you in coming classes how to create AWS account. Okay. I have the AWS account. So let me just sign into this account. That's it. I have just logged in. This is not Amazon.com. Amazon.com is an e-commerce website. This is your console.aws.amazon.com. This is your cloud address, AWS address, Amazon Web Services address. Okay. Now see here, friends, what AWS is offering me. AWS is offering me data centers in different locations. As of now, I'm connected to Ohio. Ohio is somewhere in USA. I can go and connect to Sydney. I can connect to London. I can connect to somewhere in Brazil. I can connect even to my Mumbai data center. I can connect even to my Hyderabad data center. Amazon people have 2 data centers available. Amazon people have 2 locations actually where they have data centers. One is in Mumbai, another one is in Hyderabad. This is only about Amazon. Microsoft people, they have their data centers in different parts of India and different parts of this world. Google have the data centers in different locations. Every cloud provider is having a location. Every cloud provider is having data centers in different location. Okay, I'm just connected to Ohio data center. Okay, I'll do one thing. In next 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes, you know what I'll do now? I will run a web server for you. You know what is a web server? When you just go and connect anything to the internet, let's say I'm just connecting to this Hotstar. You know what is Hotstar? Hotstar is a place where you watch some movies or web series, and you watch, you know, some games and all those things. Or not games exactly, but you watch, you know, different sports actually. So that is the application, right? So where exactly that application is running? On a server. It is something like a web server or movie streaming application. So to run any web server, what you have to do, friends, to run any web server, first of all, you need to make a data center. You need to bring all the devices and you need to make a data center. But again, like I said to you, I'm sitting in my home. I just have a normal desktop machine and a normal laptop. Normal means some 16 GB machine or 32 GB machine. Still, it is a normal machine, right? I don't have any IT infrastructure. I don't have any resources like servers and storage and all those things. But what do I have here? I have an account in AWS, and by using this AWS, I can run a application within some minutes. I can run a server in some minutes. So please give me a couple of minutes. I'll just go to a service called EC2. When you start learning AWS and when you start working on AWS, it will be exactly like this. What you see right now on your screen, all these options will be available like this. No difference. Okay, I'll just go and say launch instance here. See, can you see server? Let's say web server test. See, you need an operating system here. We have different operating systems available here, Windows, Linux, and all these things. So I'll go and select one operating system here. You need some hardware. We have different options available here called instance type. So I just selected one hardware here. Okay, there is something called key. Okay, key is not here. So I'll just do one thing, please. I'll just change my location to Sydney. I'm not in Ohio now, I am in Sydney. Everything will be same, but you know, Sydney already some configuration is here. So I'm going with this Sydney now. Let us say test web server. It will be very interesting, friends. So just give me some time. I'm not explaining anything as of now. Explanation will take a lot of time. You know what I selected till now? Let me just select some more things here. Yeah, I selected server OS. It can be Windows or Linux. I selected server hardware. I selected some network settings. I selected some firewall. I'll select some storage. Now, I remember one of you asked me a question like I did not, share my experience, right? Now listen, my friend, I have experience on Windows servers and Linux server. I started my career way back in 2006-7. So I have experience on Windows server and Linux server. I have experience on networking concepts like IP addressing and all those things, CCNA, CCNP, CCI. If you know these courses, I have done all these things. I have experience on firewall and I know this storage. So whatever things are related with cloud, actually I do have experience on all those things. Servers, Windows and Linux servers, networks, firewall, storage, and there is something called virtualization. I have experience on all these things in my career, my friend. Because of all these things, cloud computing will look much more easier to me. Okay, all these things will come in cloud. Actually, you need to know about Windows servers and Linux servers. You need to know about networks. You need to know about firewalls. You need to know about storage. But do you need to know like how much I know in a way? Because whenever I did these things, I did in the professional way. Because back in 2010 2012 the cloud was not so big. Actually, people were majorly using the on-premise data centers and they are running their applications. From 2016 17 or 18, actually the cloud became more successful for many reasons. Okay, so you should have the knowledge of each and everything. But can I ask you to go back and learn the servers and come back and go back and learn the networks and firewalls and come back? No, my friend, listen carefully. Whenever I'm starting a concept called firewall, can you see your firewall here? It will take at least 3 classes for me to complete this firewall. So whatever I know about physical firewalls, whatever I did about physical firewalls, concept wise, everything is same. So what I do here is, before I take the concept of firewall in cloud, I'll start from the very basics of cloud, very basics of security. Then I'll take you to the firewall. Okay. Windows and Linux servers. We may use Windows servers or we may use Linux servers. What I do here, before I start anything about a particular service, let's say server service, I'll take you from the very basis of your server operating systems and servers, and I'll take you to the advanced level. Okay, so there is absolutely no need for you to worry about the basics that you need to cover or the basics that you need to know. I'll be taking the topics from the basic level, the scratch level, up to the advanced level. Actually, I feel lucky that, I have covered all these things in my career. When I started learning these things, I have no idea that, okay, these things will be useful for me one day in the cloud technology. Okay, so everything I'll be covering from very basic up to like the advanced level. Okay, anyhow, so I'm just selecting all these options here. I'm not explaining anything. Like I said, when I go with this firewall, it will take at least 3 classes for me to explain about firewall. Okay, so I'm just adding something here, something called HTTP here. That's it. But explanation will take a lot of time, that we will see in coming classes. Storage, it will take at least 3 to 4 classes for me to go through storage. Okay, I'm not I'm not making any discussion here about storage. Advanced details will take some time again. I'm just trying to create a server actually, and I'm just trying to run a web server there. So I have a script here. I'll just copy the script. I'll go back to this. Yeah. Now, what I do here is I will use some of your names actually. Let us start with Sam, Deep. Deep, I hope this is this your first class, Deep? Biswarajan. Okay. Shakeel. Let us say Virat, Kohli, John Cena. Let's say Neha, Anushka. I just added some names here. Actually, this is a website that I'm trying to create. What I'll do now is, how many websites you need? One, enough. If I say 250, what happens now? 250 servers will be created. Within next couple of minutes, 250 servers will be created. But I don't need to have 250 servers, right? I just need to have one server. So I'm just saying launch a server here. See what it says, successfully initiated launch of server. Go to these instances here. Within next couple of seconds, or maybe like maximum 10 to 15 seconds, this particular server will come up. Still showing pending, but see, within some minutes or within some seconds actually, this server will be running. What I did here is I just created a web server. But do I have any infrastructure here? I don't have any infrastructure here, my friend, but I just created a web server. Want to see whether the web server is running or not? There is something called public IP address. IP addresses we will see in great details in coming sessions. But as of now, 54.206.124.75. I'll just copy this IP. I'll go to browser. Can you see? This is what I have added in the web server, right? Sam, Deep, Divsarajan, Shakeel, all these names I have added. Some of your names I took there and I have added your names. Want to see whether you can access this web server or not? I just entered the IP address in the chat box. I hope you can see the IP address there. Just copy this IP address and put this IP address in your browser. If you're using laptop or desktop, then it will be easy for you to access this. In a mobile phone, it's a very lengthy process actually. So if you're using mobile phone, just skip it. People are using laptops and desktop. Please try to access this web server by using the IP address that I have entered in your chat box. And please confirm me whether you are able to access it or not. Deep, I'm still waiting for your answer. Is it your first class? Okay, you're able to access Deep. Great. It is a web server, right? So anyone who is having the internet connection should access this web server from any location. Okay, it is your actually, if you can take this class as a first class, then there is no problem. Whatever I did before was I have already discussed in this session. Most of you are freshers actually here, so no need to worry. And still, in case if you want to go through my previous sessions, the management will provide you the recorded sessions. You can just go through these sessions. Whatever we have discussed today, I have covered the same topics in our previous sessions. Okay, now can you see the web server is ready here? So where is the web server running? The web server is running over the cloud. Do I know, or do you know, or any other person knows where the web server is running? Do you know where is Netflix running? Do you know where is Facebook running? They are actually running on cloud. They are actually running on cloud. But do I need to worry where the Netflix is working or where the Facebook is working? Absolutely no. I no need to worry about all these things, right? I just need to worry like where exactly. I just need to worry whether I can access the application or not. The people who are working in the background, like back-end people like the administrators and all those things, they are worried about this process. Their responsibility is to run the application. So where they are running the application, okay, Viswarajan, you are able to access, great. Everyone can access now, right? So where they can access, where they can run this application, they can run this application on a physical server where they need to bring all the infrastructure and they need to make each and everything, or they can simply go with this virtual server. Virtual server is running on cloud. Now just answer my simple question, my friend. Is it good or is it easy for you to make a complete data center in your company and run your application? What are the drawbacks we have? We need to spend more money, we need to spend more time, we have to do troubleshooting, we have to maintain power backup, we have to maintain cooling system. Every now and then we need to upgrade our hardware, we have to do all these activities. Okay, this is one way. The other way is, we can say, we can connect to the cloud provider. So cloud provider will take care of all these activities. They will simply go and run the application. Okay, we can simply go and run the application. Cloud provider will maintain your data centers. In data centers, they will maintain your server hardware. They will provide you all the server operating systems. They will provide you storage. They will provide you the firewall settings. They will provide you each and everything. So what we can do, we can simply go there. We can connect to the cloud provider and we can run our application. So which one is better here? First option, where everything we have to do, starting from the data center till the application, or the second option where data center is not our responsibility, we just need to run our application? Can you tell me please which option is better, first one or second one? I'm still waiting for an answer here. First option is where I need to build a data center. Yeah, not the data center, right? Exactly. We need to go with the second option where some other company is managing and maintaining the data center. So that company is actually a cloud provider. Exactly, Sam. Second option. Now listen, my friend. To make our sessions more interactive and interesting, please, we need to interact with each other. Actually, to make the sessions interesting, we need to interact. Not only today, till the end of the course. I may be asking some questions. I am expecting more questions from your side actually. Okay, today was a simple demo session, so we are not expecting that much today. But still, once we start our classes, without questions, I feel my day is very dull. My 1 hour session, 1 hour, 15-minute session was very dull. So I'm expecting questions on every day, on every topic. The smallest question also you have, you can simply send that question in the chat box. This is the best advantage you can take in online session. Okay, you should have the option of interacting with the trainer at least through chat or messages and all those things. That is the best advantage you can take. If I'm muting you and if you're not allowing you to enter into chat box and sending a message, normally many people do in the same way, then it is something like a recorded session, right? Recorded session that can be available somewhere. These are not recorded session. Okay, the session is recording actually, but it is a live session, so you have the option of interacting with the trainer. So always remember this point. Okay, now coming back to our cloud, this is what cloud is all about, my friend. So remember the definition. Let me just go back to the definition now. The definition will make more sense now. See, this is the definition I have taken from the Amazon, and it says cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. On-demand means how much you need, how much you want, that much IT resources you can take over the internet. You must have internet connection. Remember, just now I connected to Sydney data center. I am sitting in Hyderabad. I connected to Sydney data center. Is it possible for me to connect to the data center without internet? No. And we are in 2023, right? Internet is not a big deal. Internet is very common and very easily accessible. Okay. Anyhow, what it says again, it says instead of buying, owning and maintaining physical data centers. See, this is our physical data center. What it says, instead of buying, owning and maintaining physical data centers and servers, we can take, or you can access technology services such as computing power, storage and everything from a cloud provider like AWS. So AWS is saying, listen, why you are bringing the complete data center? Why you are making the complete data center? Why you are spending that much money? We have the data centers, my friend. Come to us, connect to our data centers, run your application and pay some money every month. This is something like taking some place on lease or taking some place on rent. Like for example, you're traveling again from Hyderabad to let's say Delhi to Bangalore or Delhi to Chennai, wherever. Do I need to buy the train or the plane to travel from Delhi to Chennai? It will be like a very, idiotic thought if I feel I need to buy the complete train, or maybe I need to buy the complete plane to travel. I'm using a plane with me. Many other people are sitting there. I'm traveling, they are traveling. I'm using a train with me. Many other people are sitting there. I'm traveling, they are traveling. So everyone is paying some money. So at the end of the day, the railway department people, they are getting some profits. They are earning a lot of money. So it is good for me. I'll be paying only 500 rupees, for example, to travel from Delhi to maybe like Chennai in a train. I'm paying only 500 rupees. But this train department people, they are railway people, they are not charging money only from me, right? They are charging money from all the other people. So once they charge money from all the other people, at the end of the day, they are getting more profits there. So this is something like cloud, my friend, where we are using a data center, and the same data center will be used by some lakhs of people across the globe. See, as of now, I'm connected to Sydney data center, right? But with me, there can be some lakhs of people who are connected to Sydney data center, and they are running their servers there. But I am running my server, they are running their server. I can see my server, they can see their servers. I cannot access some other company's server, they cannot access my server. How that is possible? There is a concept called VPC, virtual private cloud, where we will be learning about all these things, how to make our own network over the cloud, how to provide security, how to launch our resources, or how to provide more security, how to take more storage. This is what we need to see instances, images, EBS, networking security, load balancer, auto scaling. This will take at least 10 days for me to finish. This is what we need to learn. Besides this, we are learning many other services. So if you want to know what exactly we are learning, the syllabus will be available over the internet, over this DURGASOFT web server. So hopefully you can go there and check the syllabus. But I just showed you a small demo. I showed you how you can access, or how you can launch and maintain a particular web server. So my web server is still running here. I don't have any infrastructure, my friend. So this is the cloud environment. From last 3 decades, 4 decades actually, companies were using this on-premise data centers, and every company was facing issue. I remember when I started, 2006, 2007, when I started my career, we used to learn like, okay, how to troubleshoot. Troubleshooting was one of the major thing we used to learn back on those days actually. Because at any given time, any issue can come in your network. So there were like different teams which were like working there, and in case if there is a problem could have taken some maybe some days actually to troubleshoot. So now, because of cloud, all these things are gone. We don't need to worry about any of these things. Okay, it is already there with a proper team, with an excellent team actually. AWS people will have excellent team there, right? The data center that they are managing, let's say data center. See, all these are the data centers, different data centers. See here, this person is working here, right? He is like you and me. This person is these people are working here. So these people are very highly trained professional people. I'm not saying there will not be any problem in the data center. If I say like that, then it will be a big lie actually. There will be problems in the data centers in cloud. But compared to our on-premise data center, the data center in cloud the issues will be solved much faster. See, he is connected to some server here and he is working on that particular server. So all these are servers which are available in some data center. Okay, one last thing before I stop the session. See, for example, imagine you were in the year 2010, which is not so, like, I'm not talking about some, British era or Mughal era, right? 300 years before, 500 years before. 2010, like recent past. If you have asked me a question in 2010, like where exactly the web servers are running, my answer would be 90% web servers are running on physical servers. That was in the year 2010. Now in the year 2023, present, if you ask me the same question, where these servers are running, where exactly the web servers or the applications are running, my answer will be 90% servers are running on cloud, or I can say virtual server. See, such a big transaction here. Within 10 years or 12 years or last 5 years especially, actually, companies have moved their infrastructure from their on-premise data center to the cloud data center. I remember days like 12, 13 years before, we used to have mobile phones, not smartphones like we have today, but back in those days we have mobile phones, and maintaining the mobile phone numbers was a big task, because in case if you lose your mobile phone, or if your mobile phone is not working, we used to say like all the numbers are gone. But now, because of the smartphone, what we do, once you save a number in your mobile phone, actually the number is not saved in your mobile phone, right? It will be saved over the cloud. You have an account in your mobile phone, a Gmail account that you use normally. So the mobile phone number will be saved in that particular Gmail account. And suppose in case your mobile phone is gone, not working, okay, you just, whatever issue is there with your current mobile phone, what you did, you took a new mobile phone. So once you took a new mobile phone, what you should do there, you should enter your Gmail ID. What is Gmail ID? It is a application, a mail application which is running on cloud, which is running in Google company, right? So once you enter your Gmail ID, what happens, it will take you to the database that you have in the Google server. And what you do there, once you connect your mail ID in your new mobile phone, it will migrate everything from your Google database to your mobile phone database. So if in case if you are having 1500 mobile phones, once you log in, all the 1500 mobile phones will come in your mobile phone. All the numbers will come in your mobile phone. This is again a cloud, actually. This is again a cloud. Google Drives. Google Drive is a cloud. Email, there is a cloud. Okay, whatever we do today over the internet, we are literally connected to cloud. Everything is working on the cloud, my friend. Okay, so let me just answer one more thing. Let me just address one more thing. There are no pre-requirements to learn cloud computing. If I say this, I'm not wrong here, but again, I'm not 100% correct also. There are certain things that you should know. You should have some concepts, you should have some knowledge on Windows servers and Linux servers. I'll take you through Windows servers and Linux server. You should have some concept of networking. I'll take you through networking. You should have some concepts of virtualization. I'll take you through the virtualization. Before we start a major topic in cloud, we'll just start everything from the basics, the scratch, and we'll go up to the advanced level. And remember, I told you my experience, last 15, 16 years of experience. I have started my career as a Windows administrator, and I have covered most of the things actually that are there in the IT, that are there in the administration, Windows and Linux and networking and security and virtualization. So, hopefully I'll be in a better position whenever I start a topic that is related to cloud. I'll be in a better position to address the topic from the scratch level up to the advanced level. Okay, friends, so over to you now. If you have any doubts and questions, hopefully tomorrow we'll start the session exactly at 7 a.m. Today it was a bit late because of some reason. So tomorrow, hopefully I'll be taking through some more concepts of cloud, and hopefully, we will see what are the other cloud providers available and what exactly is this process, virtualization process, all these things we'll try to address tomorrow. But as of now, if you have any doubts or questions, or if you want to like have some other discussion with me, I'm more than available for you.
Yeah, Shakil, thank you so much. I mean, that's very much appreciated. So I'll get in touch with the DurgaSoft uh, help desk to for the enrollment process. A quick question I have was about I still have to review the entire course description, like what are we covering, but what is your goal in terms of towards the end of the session? What do you expect the all the students who are learning would be able to achieve? Obviously, there will be some kind of practice. It's like it's mutual way, right? Both some
Yeah,
we
yeah.
also have to do something, but
Y-
at a higher level, what do you consider that after completion of your course, uh,
Yeah,
what we will
and
achieve?
I got your question, Sam. Thanks for first of all, having patience for like attending the session for like more than 1 hour. Thank you for that. And coming to your question, actually, it's a very good and very interesting question. What is actually the aim, or what is actually the goal of this particular course? Okay, now see why we need to learn any course or any technology. One of the main reason is people who are learning this course or a technology, first of all, they need to understand the course or technology. Okay, and they need to face some examinations, and they need to face some interviews, and they need to start a career in the sense, in a simple way, they need to get a job actually, in a way, right? So the main aim of this course is, this is a course that is designed as a job oriented course. This is a course which is aiming in and around the technology, where we are learning things in such a way that these things will be helpful for us in understanding the technology, the present technology, as well as we will get an idea like, okay, what changes can happen in future. That is one thing. The second thing is, we'll be more than uh, comfortable facing interviews, and we'll be more than happy to work as a cloud administrator. So this is a job oriented course where we are focusing on the technology in such a way that once you complete your course, you will be ready to work as a cloud administrator in any XYZ company. Okay, and normally people ask me a question like, what about certification, exams, and all those things? Certification is not, it should not be your top priority. When you start something, these are the four things we have actually: learning. We have some exams actually, we'll see these exams tomorrow. Then interview, then job or work, whatever. I'll ask a simple question to you. Out of these four steps, learning, examination, interviews, and jobs, according to you, please tell me which one is more difficult. Learning, exam, interview, and job.
I mean,
Anyone, please?
I mean, everyone has its own flavor, but yeah, I mean, once you understand exactly what you are learning, then you're able to crack the exam. And then if you crack the exam, you have certain knowledge, you can crack the interview and the job. So it goes sequence wise.
Yeah, it
Maybe
goes in
that's
sequence. Exactly, it goes in sequence, but still, according to you, like, okay, Deep says
learning.
learning. uh, you'll be spending this learning process with me in a way. Exams normally, people are afraid of before they start the learning process, they are worried about interview. I always say 2 plus 2 is how much? 2 plus 2 is 4. The 2 plus 2 is 4, right? So is it difficult for you to answer? No. Exams, interviews, and jobs are the easiest thing you can do, my friend. Compared to this, learning is a bit, I should not say difficult in a way, because I will be like, adding extra pressure on you. But I'm saying, out of this four, learning is a process where you need to spend more time. So what we are learning here, again, we are learning a technology in such a way that we can understand we will understand the technology, and we will be in a position to, like, answer questions from that particular technology, and we'll be able to solve some issues like, configurations or troubleshootings we can do from that particular technology. So learning is the process where you should spend time, where you should spend more time. Second, third, and fourth is the easiest thing you do. If you go back in your childhood, our childhood, I can say, learning how to ride a bicycle was not so easy, my friend, right? But today, we can even ride a bike, or maybe we can drive a car. So it changes. Time will change everything, but still learning. So the main aim or the goal of this particular course is to, like, make sure at the end of this course, you will be in a position that you can say, okay, I know this particular technology now. Fine. I can move into this particular technology now. Fine. I can crack an interview if someone is conducting an interview on this particular technology. I can do the configurations. I can work on this particular technology if I get a chance. So you will be in that position after completing this course in and around 45 days. And again, coming to the syllabus, hopefully I'll take you through the syllabus tomorrow in more details, or at least if you want to see the syllabus today, I think in chat box, they have already sent a message there, right? In that message, there will be a link, or at least, they will send an email to you. In that email, there will be a link where they will discuss, or where they will enter all the details of your. Okay, I'll just take you through that link. Yeah, this will be the demo link. Actually, you can just go through this demo link and you can get all the details of that syllabus. I'm entering the demo link here in the chat box. I hope you understood. I hope I answered your question clearly, Sam. I hope you understood what exactly we are trying to achieve after completing this course. And that should be the aim for every person whenever they are learning any technology, not only AWS or AWS course. If you're learning anything XYZ, your main aim should be like, cracking the technology or understanding is actually the main thing, my friend. Interviews 2 + 2 4 will be like, a question they will ask you, but they will test you like how much understanding you have about this particular technology. Configurations, it will be like next, okay, select this option, select that option. It's not a big deal. Configuration is not at all a big deal. Understanding the technology is a big deal. So that is the place where I'll be focusing more, because technology will remain same forever. I remember 2006 when I started my career, and if I see some servers like, say, Active Directory servers, email servers, DNS servers, and some other servers like web servers and file servers, till today in 2023, the concept of those servers remains same. Here and there, the configuration steps will change. That's it. So in cloud also, the services will remain same. Maybe the configuration methods will change. So what is this service used for? This is one major question that we need to address. So with easy examples, with real-time scenarios and all those things, we'll be in a great position to understand all those things. Okay, so anything else, friends? Like I said, tomorrow or from tomorrow, the sessions will start regularly at 7 a.m. And the previous class, it will be something like this, what we have done today. But still, if you want to go with the previous class, you can simply go with the previous class, and you can just see what exactly we have done in this previous session. Okay, we are still in demos. Actually, we have not yet started anything. We have not yet starting anything. Okay. Okay, in coming classes, you know what I'll do? I'll make a Google Drive actually. And in this Google Drive, I will share the documents with you every day. Okay, I'll share a mail ID so that, you can simply connect with me on this mail ID, and you can simply, have the complete discussion with me. So this is a mail ID only for students actually. So they will be connecting through this mail ID. Okay, so this is the way classes will be conducted. Every session is recorded actually. The recordings will be provided to you by the management, and running notes, materials, whatever things are available, I'll be sharing all these things with you. Yeah,
All right.
Viswarajan. Yeah, Viswarajan, anything?
Sir, I'm just asking that how it is the actual take.
Your voice is not clear, my friend. Can you please,
Sir, I'm
adjust?
asking how much days it will actually take to complete the course.
Very sorry, my friend. Your voice is not clear. Your earphone has some issue, maybe.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's not clear, Biswarajan. Please adjust your headphone, or
Sir,
just send me a message. Uh-huh.
okay, sir. I'm sending the message.
Okay, please send the message. Okay, thank you, Deep, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank
Let
you
me,
so much, Shakeel. Yeah.
yeah, I'll just wait for like a couple of minutes before I get a message. Okay, he's typing some message. Okay, he's saying how many days it will take to finish. Yeah, it will take around 45 days. Less than 45 days actually. Once we start, like, couple of classes will be basics where we need to see some very basic things, some classes actually. Then once we enter into the actual course content, then things will be much more easier for us to understand. So it may take around 45 days actually maximum. Okay, so that's it for the day, friends. I know this case actually, Viswarajan. That is the case we have actually discussed in our meetings and all those things in DurgaSoft. Yeah, that was a very rare case. I'm not sure why he took this much time. When I say 40 days, 45 days, it will be 45 days. It can be 2-3 days more or 2-3 days less. But after saying 45 days, I cannot take the class up to like, let's say 6 months. No, this will not happen for sure. God willing, this will not happen. When I say 45 days, it is around 45 days, 1 or 2 days less or 1 or 2 days more. That's it. I know the case, actually what you're mentioning here, I know it happens in some class. So that was not a way to like, conduct classes. In a way, he is wasting, the trainer will be wasting the time as well as, he is consuming the time of students also. So I'll make sure that this will not happen. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, friend. Thanks a lot. And see you tomorrow again at same time, 7 a.m. India Standard Time. Take care, friends. Bye. No, it should not take 20 more days also, my friend. 20 days is also a big deal in a way. 20 days is huge actually. I'm saying 1 or 2 days, it can be more or less, maximum 1 or 2 days, not even 20 days. Because someone is joining the course today, maybe he has an interview after 45 days or after 50 days. So after 50 days also I'm not completing, then he cannot face the interview, right? So when there is a target, everything is about target, right? So when there is a target, we have to finish the target in so and so time. Okay, yeah, see you tomorrow, my friends. See you with some more things tomorrow. Take care. Bye.